Hello, this is Lorena, and I'm back with another Delinks video. And my voice is still a bit tired from my recent recordings, you know, before this random bullshit started. And I had that nightmare and all of this shit started that absolutely no professional in this country can help me with. Especially in the middle of a pandemic that is global, but, you know. I have shown that my voice, that my videos can be understood, at least for the most part. So, I was going to look at Lava Golem's, I think that the Supreme Castle only works with fiend-type monsters. So, obviously, I was like, what? It's activating? Well, obviously, the activation failed, because I don't think Lava Golem can be used with it. Okay. I said that Lava Golem is probably a pyro type, but I haven't even looked at it in a long time, even though I was trying to attack with it. No, it's actually a fiend type. Wow. Okay, well, it was a fiend type, but Lava Golem's attack was reduced, so it didn't help me win. Now, if you ask me, I probably should not keep playing. But I just started a new video, so I am obligated to continue. Alright, let's start. How is this going to go for me? Well, it's probably going to be a disaster. I want to focus on this game and only on this game. But I'm going to tell you guys why that is literally impossible. Because I am in legitimate pain. You know, I was going to play Ubel at first, because Ubel is always going on about pain. Pain! And, you know, I'm in pain. But I don't have a deck for them yet. I mean, I do have a deck for them, but it's not a proper one. It wouldn't get me anywhere, because I would have to take the time to actually think about my deck building. And I think this is my best deck right now. If I was going to play Ubel, I would actually use the Ubel strategy. Because obviously I want to use it. I want to find effective ways of using it. I just want to use it. Now, if you ask me, I don't know why I'm so obsessed with that strategy and using it, but it's kind of creeping me out. Okay. Well, let's go. Let's try to win. But my opponent has something that I just simply do not trust. Those cards. I have to be very careful because I don't want cards returned to my hand if I can't just resummon them easily. So let's get to work. Okay, Mystical Space Typhoon. Are these players psychic or something? They're always taking out the card that is most important on the field. How are they doing this? Alright. I mean, not even Pegasus can look at what was face down on the field. In his duel against Yugi, the strategy for beating Pegasus relied on them switching between card plays, so Pegasus couldn't read the other person's mind, since Yugi didn't know what that card was. Yugi said it. Or Yugi couldn't have his mind read. He doesn't know what the card does either. So that was how they won. And then, as a child, I was actually rather strange. I somehow forgot that's how they won against Pegasus. And I had a wish. A very simple wish. But it conflicted. The whole logic for the wish makes no sense in context with what happened during the duel against Pegasus. It makes no sense. No sense at all, but, you know, the wish did happen to come true. I just didn't think it could. Okay, this is a disaster. Alright, my opponent barely hangs on. Typical protagonist luck. Obviously, I am also playing as a protagonist, but I think we can all agree that the Supreme King had to be stopped. I think we can all agree with that. Okay. This is a disaster. I hate this deck. But you know what I hate most about this deck? That Silvio didn't get enough wins. I may not be the biggest fan of Silvio, but he deserved more wins. Look at this deck kicking my ass. What was the writer's deal? He deserved better. Now, obviously, I'm not the biggest fan of Silvio because I actually just don't like him much. But the dub is technically kind of changing that somehow. I mean, if my opinion about someone can change, years, even over a decade of existence in some form of media, I'm sure my opinion of Silvio can change too. I don't even know, when was Arc 5 last airing? I can't remember. All I remember is 2014, 2015. And I think it's a pretty safe bet Arc 5 was airing in 2015. Alright, so because I was talking about Arc 5, the matching algorithms were like, we should have Jaden duel against Yuya. This is a fantastic idea, you know? My opinion on this is the opposite. It's a bad idea. Although, I guess, why would I do that? Okay, sure. Wait, hold on. I'm just barely saved. That was a stupid move. I didn't even see it until just now. Okay, anyway. Yuya kicks my ass all the time. I know he's the protagonist, but Jaden is also a protagonist. I guess we can scream power creep or something, but if I win, that is absolutely not true. Oh my god. I mean, if you ask me, the problems I'm having with my winning, I've thought for a long time that my dueling strategies were stuck somewhere in GX or maybe 5D0. But I've got 3 Jadens at level 45. That's actually a fair argument now. That I actually do somewhat have my dueling strategies stuck in a specific era. Which is very strange, because in my head that was the most flawed logic I had at the time. And now the reason that I said that is because the last time I remember getting anywhere in a duel was when I was playing a 5Ds game. And now I pirated it so I could play it on an emulator. I would actually like to have purchased, I would like to purchase the game legally now, but I can't. Because the games are out of print, so I can't. But, you know, I played the World Championship games and I did pretty well. Obviously, I just, it seems more like my tactics are actually stuck in GX era. Except I was doing pretty well with Yusei's cards as well, so I guess I'm stuck in both. And actually, this is not what I want. This is not what I want with my dueling tactics. I want to level them up to the modern day. But apparently, I'm just not good at doing that. Alright, fine. Can we just take the time to appreciate that I'm dueling because I felt obligated to continue? Simply because I started a new video. I could have just attached the footage I had recorded to the ending of the last video instead. But no. I decided I had to keep going. I decided that I was obligated to duel again. Just because of what I was doing. Yeah, sure. Well, I think this is enough videos to say that I love this game. If I can go on about pain and still play it. Now, the extent to which I'm able to do that is unknown. But, I mean, no one in my house knows I'm in pain. Well, I might actually need to rephrase that. I think that some level of pain may be implied by emotional distress, but not the kind of pain I'm experiencing now. I've kept that a bit hush-hush. The reason for that being, I don't think there's anything that can be done about it. And also, the pain isn't actually life-threatening. It's not life-threatening. That's the thing. It's not life-threatening. It's not impairing my functioning. I mean, apparently, I just recorded 4 videos. This is my 4th one, by the way. My opponent is fusion summoning before I'm fusion summoning. That should be illegal. That should be illegal. Dude, fusion summoning existed in DM. For whatever reason, it was just forced into GX as the main focus of the summoning methods. Though ritual summoning showed up in GX too. I remember these cards, guys. I remember getting my ass kicked by them. I remember the damage. But you know what? I don't care. I mean, just because I lose doesn't mean that I can't just start again. I pretty much have to. Okay. There is nothing I can do against my opponent. Does that do piercing damage? You can make it. What? Okay, I should try to get that card. I bet it's ultra rare. Now, there is nothing I can do against my opponent, so what am I deciding to do? The dumbest thing ever, just not even bothering to try anymore. Okay, I assume this is a must activate effect. Otherwise, my opponent is just flexing on me. I don't like when my opponent flexes. Okay, now my opponent may have been flexing on me, but apparently my effect still went through. And now I probably should have picked a monster that I could actually summon instead, but I'm not getting another turn, so I didn't bother. Alright, Yugi, you kicked my ass. For now. When there's another Yugi, I'll try to kick his ass next. But, dueling, so you don't have to pair me up with another Yugi. Or another damn character, please don't. I want someone from a different era. No nostalgia. None of that nostalgia bullshit. I liked DM, but I'm older now, and I can appreciate new things. Okay, never mind. I can't appreciate new things anymore. That was just said as a joke, by the way. I mean, okay. I walked into this. I'm not even sure what to say. I'm not even sure what to say except this is absolutely what I get for saying that I wanted something. Okay, the game decided to give it to me, but in the worst form possible. If there is nothing I can do against this deck, I have lost. But just because my opponent is Kai, it doesn't mean they shouldn't get to duel. I mean, I let Kaiba duel. Okay, Kite, do whatever. Do Kite things, I guess. You know, there are a lot of dub name changes, but a Kite actually sounds like a nickname. Though Gong is a better one, if you ask me. I mean, Gong is just short for whatever mess would have had to be pronounced by people. Oh, listen, guys. Gong's full name is pretty hard for a child to pronounce. Hell, it took me a while for me to be able to pronounce Gonginzok. I don't even know if I can pronounce it correctly, and I'm an adult. So I completely understood the decision to shorten it, you know? I'm not so sure I agree with the decision to shorten Kite to Kite. Let me re-say that. I'm not entirely sure I understand the decision to change Kaito to Kite, but it does sound like a nickname for him, so it's not entirely as bad as some of the other ones. I also understand the decision to change 3, 4, and V to Trey, Quattro, and Quentin, respectively. I mean, it's kind of awkward that you had 3 and 4, and V was V instead of 5. Okay, yeah. Anyway, I'm sure it would have been difficult to search for a character whose name is just 5. But they do have have names. Their real names make me think that they're from an English-speaking country, or at least have English-speaking origins. Because 4's real name is Thomas. Trey's real name is Michael. V's real name is Chris. I got them mixed up for some reason. It was a very weird mix-up, but indeed. So this is a rank down duel. For both of us. Who gets to destroy this deck? What? How are people doing this? I'm acting like it's impossible to defeat. Dude! I was playing as Declan, and I kept losing. Why am I confused? Well, probably because I don't feel like the best Declan player out there. And probably because I like Pendulum Zones and this one doesn't. You know, I'm acting like there is no way to get around these decks that keep kicking my ass. There are ways around these decks. I just apparently don't know them yet. I might be able to learn to get good later, but I mean, I do need better cards for that. And I'm not insulting the cards I already have, because I absolutely believe that I've got good cards. The problem is, I just don't seem to really know how to use them effectively. Case in point, Declan. I know I don't have Pendulum Zones, but I think there's a bit more problems. I think there are more problems than just I don't have Pendulum Zones on Declan. let's just be honest. I'm going to be honest. There is way more going on. I have a lot to learn. I'm missing proper support for him, so I'm pretty sure that's the issue. Maybe this player has the same issue, but I don't know about you. I believe that since this deck is popular, that this guy probably knows what he's doing. So I'm surprised he keeps losing. Maybe he kept getting Kaiba, though I think that Kaiba would lose against an actual experienced DD player. And I think this guy probably knows how to play the deck far better than me. Just saying. I'm not that bad at playing Declan's deck though. I've got potential, but I'm held back by a number of things. I've got some support that I'm missing that I believe is essential support for the deck. And though I do generally build my decks the way that I feel is best with my way of playing the game, I actually do think about what a good card is when playing a deck. Like, for example, yes, my deck builds are in fact weird. But that doesn't mean I don't still think about which cards are good for the builds that I'm... When I build a deck, I think about what to put in it that actually fits with the deck I'm playing. I'm not just playing an elemental hero deck and I don't think about which cards to put in there. There's Neos in the deck and there's a number of combos. It's like, I'm not just making a deck for no reason. I'm obviously thinking about what goes into a good deck. Even though my strategies may seem kind of weird, and my deck building as well, I do give this stuff some thought. It's just, I generally do not talk about how much thought I actually give to these decks. And a lot of stuff is mainly trial and error. Like, for example, I must explain that this deck is mostly trial and error, the one I'm playing right now. I think it's better this way, but I'm not sure I can make it much better. And now Declan's cards, yes, I can make his deck better. And I know this because of how players are playing the deck. And now, unfortunately, I am about to lose. But that's fine. I just needed to keep playing because I decided to start playing another video. I started to record another video and that's what, yeah. It's a bit weird for me to keep playing when I'm clearly not as into the idea of continuing as I usually am, but most of that is because my voice is still recovering. I'm surprised I was able to record this many videos. I love this game, guys. You must be able to tell, right? Well, I sure hope so, because that's how many videos... My entire channel is just a testament to how much I love this game. It doesn't even matter if the video is low quality, you can just tell I love this game. Anyway, guys, that wraps things up for this video. I don't know if I'll make any more, but we'll see. I'm thinking of just waiting until the tournament is over. But I cannot say for certain that I will not make more videos of me playing in this tournament. We'll just have to see.